Hi loves, what is up? I am back with another get ready with me. This is going to be a 2-in-1 and we're going to start off with the hair portion. Of course, this hair is from Yyonghair. I received a 22-inch, 24-inch, and another 24-inch and a 20-inch 5x5 closure. And I actually really like this hair. I made this unit myself and I only used about 2.5 bundles, which is what I normally use when I make my wigs. And the only thing I have to say about this hair is that it's a little bit thin. But other than that, I mean, I pretty much loved everything. And yeah, I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to make your closure, how we're going to make this closure look like a mini frontal, okay? Oh my gosh, my forehead is humongous, but we're going to ignore that, okay? So I'm going to go in with some rubbing alcohol just to clean my skin off. And then we're just going to do about 2 layers of the bold hold glue. I just apply little dots of it on my forehead and then just rub it in with my finger. And then once it dries clear, I'll apply a second coat. So I don't know. I felt like this hair was... okay, it was really good. It was just that, like I said, it was actually really thin. And this is straight hair, so I'm not sure how well the hair curls. But from first impressions, I actually do like the hair. I love the closure. It looked very skin-like, and it looked very natural. And the lace was actually very thin as well. All I did to the lace was just apply some makeup that matches my skin complexion. And I plucked the hairline, and this is pretty much how it looks naturally. And all I did was just kind of press out the closure just a little bit. But overall, I love the hair. You guys can check the description box down below to purchase it. And all the links to this hair, their website, everything, the hair information will be down in the description box below. So if you guys are interested, go and check that out. So I'm really just trying to define my part at this point. I am so bad with making parts in my hair, and I don't know why. It just like never works out. It's either always slanted, crooked, or just something. Like it's just all over the place. So I gave up and I decided to focus on actually melting the lace closure and how we're going to make this look like a mini frontal when we really just have a closure, okay? 5x5 closures give you a better mini frontal look instead of just a 4x4. They're wider. You get a wider parting space and that illusion that is actually a frontal, when in reality, no girl, it's just a closure. So I'm going to show you guys how we're going to make this look like a frontal. So I just applied the Got To Be Freeze spray on the hairline just to mix it in with the glue for an extra hold. And I was being lazy. You can use a blow dryer to make sure that it's all dry. I didn't feel like getting up to go get it, so that's why y'all see me doing all this stuff. So once I feel like everything is dried, I'm going to go in with my eyebrow razor and I'm just cutting off the excess lace. And yeah, we don't need that, so we're going to cut that off. And you want to be careful when doing this part so you don't actually cut your baby hairs. And also that like last part, you know, that edge part, like all the way to the left or all the way to the right, you want to make sure that you cut that off as well, because that being there is not going to give you that natural look. So then I'm just going in with some more of the boho lace glue on the areas that I missed. And I'm just making sure that I am just applying it to those areas. And then we just jump right into the baby hair. And I'm just using an eyebrow razor again. And just cutting them as short as I want. Just a quick tip. The longer you, the shorter you cut the baby hairs, the more natural they look. So I'm going in with this brush that you guys can get from the hair store. It's a 2-in-1, so it has a comb on the other end and a brush on the other end. And I'm just using mousse and a little bit of the Got To Be gel. And I like using this mixture because I feel like the Got To Be gel is too hard and the mousse will soften it up a lot. But I didn't just want to use the mousse because I kind of wanted my baby hairs to kind of be hard, if that makes sense. Some looks I like it, some looks I don't. So it just depends on how I'm feeling that day, honestly. Okay, so now we're going to define our part, and I am using concealer that is, I think, about 1 or 2 shades lighter than me. And this is the same concealer shade that I use on my actual face. So I'm just applying that to my part, and then I'm going in with some black eyeshadow, and I am just kind of like blending in that hairline because I do not want people to think that I have a bald spot. So we're going to try our best here to camouflage everything, okay? So there you guys have it. My part looks very natural, and that's pretty much it. So now we're going to jump into the makeup portion of this video, and I'm using the Milani oil. Honestly, guys, this is like my first time using it, and I don't understand why the whole bottle is gone. I feel like it just drained out, and I don't understand why, but whatever. That's besides the point. This thing actually smells so good. Oh my gosh, so good. So I would definitely recommend this. I did not use any moisturizer. Literally, the only thing I used on my face is everything that I'm showing you now. So I'm using the NYX Honey Do Me Up. And I didn't want to use a lot of this because I've used this before and my face was actually really dewy and oily. So just a very small amount, and I just rub this into my skin along with that oil. And now we're going to jump into brows. I'm using the ColourPop Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade Dark Brown or Black Brown, I think. And we're just going to fill our brows in with this. This is not going to be the only thing we use for our brows today. And then I'm going to go in with some concealer and just clean up the bottom part of my brows as well as the top part. And then once we complete carving out our brows, I decided to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. Yes. And just fill in any areas where I feel like the pencil missed, because I do like dark brows. I know a lot of people don't, but I do. I love dark brows. It just looks so good, especially when your hair is black. So, again, they look pretty natural, but, you know, they look good. So I am going in with the P. Louise Rumor shade number 3. And I am just blending that out across my lid. I actually did not know what type of look I wanted to do today. So I went ahead and did my one eye off camera and the other eye on camera. So we are using shades from the Morphe 3502 palette. And I'm just taking that red and orange shade and just applying this in my crease area and just fanning the edges out. And then just going in with a bright orange shade on top of our crease shade, just so that we can have like a transition shade and then like a blend of color. And I kind of wanted that orange to kind of pop out, so I went in with a different brush. And then just went back in, made sure that everything was blended out very nicely. And then I just went in with a makeup wipe, and I am just taking off any eyeshadow off the areas that I don't need it. This is actually a really good beginner's trick for my beginners out there who still have some issues with carving out their crease. A very dope trick, so you should try it out. I just went in with the P. Louise concealer in the shade number 1. And I am just blending that out, making sure that everything is good. And then I am just popping on a mixture of a orange and yellow shade. Literally, I dipped into the yellow and the orange and just applied it over that. And then applying some glitter glue and a sparkly pigment. You don't need to do this step. I don't know why I did it. I felt like it was doing something. It really wasn't. You can just like avoid this step and just skip to actually applying your gold glitter. So I applied the duo lash glue on my eyes first, and then I actually went in and mixed a yellow and orange glitter, and then just put the mixture on top of wherever I applied the glue. And then we're just doing a very small but detailed liner, and I'm using the NYX liquid liner. I actually hate doing my eyeliner with liners like this, but I don't know. I feel like I'm getting used to it. So we're going to jump into lashes, and I am just applying some mascara on my top lashes, and then we're just going to pop these lashes on. I feel like these lashes made my eyes look 10 times better, and that's key when picking your eyelashes. You want to make sure that your eyelashes enhance your eyes and doesn't take away from the eyeshadow. That is not too big, too long, or anything like that. So then going back to my face, I had to apply more oil because I used my makeup wipe, and I just wiped off any glitter fallout. So then I'm going in with the Too Faced Hangover Primer. And I am just, rubbing this in my skin, making sure that everything is good, because the oil was not enough for me. I needed an actual base. And then going in with the MAC Strobe Cream. I love this, one of my faves. And just rubbing that in as well. And then for foundation, we're going to use the Juvia's Place foundation in the shade 300 Ethiopia. And love this foundation. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm gonna be using this foundation in almost every video because it's bomb. So I'm just using that with a fluffy foundation brush, making sure that everything is good, blended. And then for concealer, I use the LA Pro Girl concealer, and I mixed it with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. And then I'm just going ahead, making sure that everything is blended out very nicely, that there are no harsh lines, and I'm just taking my time doing this. And then for cream contour, I'm going in with the Juvia's Place concealer again. And I forgot the shade, but I think it's 11, I think. No, this is shade number 7. And I'm just going in with my Real Techniques brush and blending everything out. I don't know, you guys, like I really love contour and concealer, and I feel like without contour, you would look crazy. Like, how can you not contour or like bronze or anything like that? Like, that's like necessary. And then I'm just going to make sure that I am defining this nose. We're going to snatch this nose with this nose contour, okay? Okay, so now we're going to set our concealer. And I did this part so backwards. I don't know what I was thinking or trying to do, but it just wasn't happening. So I went in with a whole bunch of powder on the Beauty Blender first. And I don't know why I did that, because I normally don't. So what you guys see me doing is literally just packing the powder on. And then I went back in and pressed all of the powder into my concealer. And then I realized that some way, somehow, the powder was actually sticking to my concealer. And then I went in and applied an actual thick baking powder on my face, if that makes sense, because I wanted it to sit, and I knew I was going to be doing bottom lashes. So then I just went in with the NYX contour powder, and I'm just setting my contour. Make sure that everything is good before we jump back to the eyes. And that's really why I wanted the powder underneath my eyes, because I knew I was going to be smoking out some color, and I wanted to avoid any fallout. And then after I contoured my nose, I just went back in with some more powder to define that right on the sides. And then back to the eyes, we are just using a Morphe black liner and my waterline. And I can't believe I got this on camera. And then I'm just going to go in with the 2 same shades that we use in our transition shades underneath our eyes. And that was pretty much it for the eyes. And some mascara, and that was it. So to dust off the powder, I went in with a face powder that was a bit darker than me. And then I just dust off the excess powder that was on my face. So as you guys can see, there was like a spot of powder on my face. I don't know why, but I'm going to show you guys how to fix that. All you need is some setting spray, okay? Just drench your face in the setting spray and it will disappear on its own. And it will just like, you know, I don't know, like sink into your skin, your pores, and everything will look seamless. So after that, I went in with some blush, and this blush is the Morphe 9B palette. And I used all those shades on the last row. And then back to the eyes, we're going to do some mascara. And I like to apply my setting spray before my mascara, because sometimes my eyes are still wet, so when I spray, it will transfer. So that's how you can avoid that. So for highlight, we're going in with the Milani highlight and the Fenty Beauty highlight. My first time using the Milani highlighter, And I don't know, I like it, but I just felt like it was a little bit too chalky for me. But the shade is actually really pretty, and this will look so nice on darker skin complexions. So go ahead, get your hands on this. And then I went over that with the Fenty Beauty highlighter. I just sprayed my brush with some setting spray and then applied it. And then we went back in with some setting spray because why not? Gonna let everything dry. And now onto the lips, honey. We are using the NYX lip liner in the shade dark brown. And then the NYX lip butter in the shade London. Everything on my lips right now is NYX. They have such good lip products. It's amazing. And this is their butter gloss and fortune cookie. And that is pretty much it for our face. We're going to jump back to our hair. And I'm just going to like refresh my press, refresh my part. And y'all see me fixing my part again, right? I felt like it was perfectly fine, but I don't know. I have an issue. And then I just went back to the same part that it was. I felt like I did something, but I really didn't. I don't know why. I just didn't leave it alone. So I'm just going in with my hot comb, flattening out the top because nobody likes a wig that looks like a hat, okay? Y'all need to use a flat comb, a hot comb, and flatten everything out so that we can keep fooling people, okay? So I'm just pressing out the front. And if y'all saw my last video, I was actually scared doing this because I did not want to embarrass myself again. Like, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, go watch my last video. I burnt myself so bad. So then I'm just going over the hair with a flat iron, making sure that everything is straight because bone straight hair is like amazing. I love straight hair. And we're just going to make sure that everything is good and set. And you guys, that is pretty much it for this tutorial. I hope you all enjoyed this 2-in-1 get ready with me. If you did, you know what to do. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Hold on. And before we go, today's motivational quote is, stop caring about what people have to say to you. Let them talk. Their words can't stop what God has planned for you. So with that being said, I will see you loves in my next one. Bye.
What's that on that beat? Oh.
I ain't looking for a cheap thrill. If I love, I wanna love real. Give me something I can feel. Put me up, I drink it down and get a refill.